Hello.
Sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Om Shanti to all. Welcome to the Ayurveda class.
Shanti.
Before starting our class, let's do the little prayer. Keep your back, neck straight. Align. Observe your posture. Observe your asana. How you are sitting. Be comfortable within it. And gently close your eyes. Bring your awareness towards your natural flow of the breath. How the breath going in and coming out. Observe your natural breath. Now, take a deep, prolonged, slow inhalation, deep, prolonged, slow exhalation. Now, take a deep, prolonged inhalation for the Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel the vibration, feel the sensation. Join your both palm, rub your palm. Place on your eyes, feel the warmness. Very slowly while blinking, looking at your palm. Gently open up your eyes with a great smile. Om Shanti. In previous session, we discussed about the Sapta Prakriti, how in this whole world, we are having the 7 types of the personality, Vat, Pit, Kaph, Vat, Pit, and Vat, Kaph, and Kaph, Pit. These kind of personality we are having it. And we discussed in detail. Now today we're gonna understand the 3 dosha and 3 guna connection and the link. And also we're gonna talk about it, the elemental composition of the body. So you can write it down that 3 dosha and 3 guna. The title 3 guna and 3 dosha. Three dosha, I'll already explain you in detail. Now understand the three guna. Three guna, Triguna. Three guna. Tri, I'll write for you. Three guna. So three guna, three means three, gun means attribute, nature, your thermal. It means your quality. And quality of not the human being, but quality of this whole cosmos. We are talking about the quality of the matter. That is the three guna. We're gonna talk about it today. Three types of the gun, three types of the quality of the matter. And as you know, the quality of matter, when we are talking about it, the whole cosmos is made made of the matter, right? So three guna is three quality, three attributes, which this whole cosmos is running. This whole cosmos is made of this three guna. Whatever you're seeing around you, everything is having the three guna, three attributes, three qualities. The first quality is sattva. Sattva. Then Raj, or Rajas, and Tamas. Tam or Tamas. I've wrote it down for you. Sattva, Raj, Tam. These are the three guna. Sattva, Raj, and Tam. Or Sattva, Rajas, or Tamas. Three qualities of this of the matter. The whole cosmos is made of the matter. So Sattva gun, the Sattva quality is basically the quality of the peace. It's very difficult when we are looking for something, when we are translating into the English language, it's a little bit difficult. So in order to understand the meaning of the Sattva, I'm gonna give you the explanation. Sattva, the quality of the Sattva, like a property of the Sattva is what? That it would be more calm, more peaceful. More calm, more peaceful. And the color would be white, transparent. Purity, that is the Sattva. Truth, that is the Sattva. Compassion, that is the Sattva. Unconditional love, Sattva. These are the property of the Sattva. Steadiness, quality of the Sattva. Honesty, quality of the Sattva. So these are the quality of the Sattva, properties of the Sattva. The Sattva is the quality of the yogi also. If we talked about the yogi, the yogi characteristic is what? Like a sattvic characteristic. Sattva guna. It means the yogi would be having the peaceful mind, balanced mind. He would be great, possessing the great health, a perfect health, a completely peaceful being, not having any wrong emotion, hatred, jealousy, anger, greed, hunger for something. He wouldn't be possessing by these things. Completely balanced, completely honest, completely truthful, accepting the reality that is the quality of the yogi. So sattva gun, sattvic gun. So sattva is present also in the matter. When it's present in the matter, we're gonna talk about it, how it's present in the all the 5 elements. But understand this is the property of the sattva. Now, property of the rajas or raj gun. Raj gun, the property of the raj gun activity. When we talked about the movement, it means it's related to the Rajagun. All the activity, which whatever going around you, it's happened because of the Rajagun in the nature and in you. Activity, anger, jealousy, greed, seeking the pleasure, looking for the success, always want, having lots of desire, seeking the materialistic pleasure, Rajagun, want to control the world, Rajagun, wanted to be a leader, Rajagun, wanted to be a famous, Rajagun. This is the quality of the Rajagun in the human being and in the nature. All the activity, whatever you're seeing around you is because of the Raj. This Rajas make you active. This Rajas make the nature active. So three guna, the second guna is Rajgun. The Rajgun is mix of the, it also called like Sattvagun is a positive energy. So Rajagun is a negative energy or plus or minus energy. So positive and negative energy in, if you want to understand in the modern science language, three kind of energy, we talked about it. So Sattvagun is a positive, Rajagun is a negative energy. Then Tam is a neutral energy. Suptavastha, sleeping. So Tamagun is steady, solid, the solidity in the nature and solidity in the human being because of the Tamagun. Lethargic, Tamagun. Or any kind of so Tamagun make you lazy also, lethargic also, steady also, inactive also, darkness, the color associated with this, the darkness, the black color, where Rajagun is, the color associated with the Rajagun is the red color, the bright color. Sattvagun, the white color associated with it.
Yellow color.
So neutral energy we are talking about here. So all the three you required. It's not like Tamagun having the, uh, the bad things, bad negativity, or Rajagun having the negative emotion, Tamagun having the negativity around you or laziness around you, make you lethargic, make you lazy, make you full of disease. So it doesn't mean you don't require it. The perfect balance of the three guna, the whole environment running on that, because tamagun also, give you the solidity, stability. You require these quality of the tamagun, activity you required of the rajagun, and peacefulness, calmness you required sattvagun. So all three you are having in your body and outside the environment. This whole cosmos is made of the three guna. The matter is made of the three guna. It's even physics also, claiming this. Now today physics is claiming this. Even the whole modern science is start, uh, discovering and understanding our Asian text, our Asian research, right? They started believing on that. So all these three energy, which is prevalent everywhere, not only in you, but everywhere. And because of that, you behave in certain way. You behave in that particular way. So these are the three guna which whole cosmos is created by it. But how it's linked with the three dosha? Now understand three dosha is made of the Panch Mahabhut. Remember I talked about it, the composition of the three dosha. Have you remembered? So composition of the three dosha, right? It's made of the Panch Mahabhut, 5 elements. The 5 gross element. What are they? The fire, right? Then the Vayu, that call air, then Akash, the ether, then Prithvi, the earth, and then Jala, the Apa, that's water. These 5 elements, which is your body is made of it, right? Each and every atom is made of these 5 elements. So matter is made of these 5 elements. And matter also having the 3 guna. It means 5 element is made of the 3 guna. So 5 element is made of the 3 guna. So 3 guna, so all these 5 elements, the first Apa, the water, is made of the Tam plus Sattva gun. You can write it down. The water, the Apa element, made of the Tam and Sattva gun. If you want me to write a Sanskrit word of the 5 element, I'll just write it down for you. So Apa is made of the Tam and Sattva. Agni made of Sattva and Raj. So Agni, A-G-N-I, Agni. The Agni is made of Sattva and Raj. Agni means fire. Akash, the third one, Akash, made of Sattva gun. Sarvavyapi, Akash, the ether, the space. Akash. Then Vayu made of Rajagun, mobility. Vayu always, mobilize, right? Always move. Prithvi made of Tam, solidity. Prithvi means earth. So these are the Panch Mahabhut composition which made of the 3 guna, and this Panch Mahabhut is a composition of the 3 dosha. So 3 dosha, Vat is made of, remember Vat is made of the Vayu plus Akash. Then Vayu plus Akash. Then Pitta is made of Agni plus water. little water. So two composition of the Panch Mahabhut. Then the last one, the kapha, made of the water plus earth, apa plus the prithvi. So kapha is made of the, so Panch Mahabhut is a composition of the three dosha. And three dosha, again the attribute which make you. So three guna and three dosha is completely linked. Three guna is basically composition of the three dosha also. Your three dosha is made of the three guna. And then you become you. This whole cosmos become cosmos. Sun becomes sun, moon become moon. This whole planet become planets, right? Each and every atom is consisting what? Three dosha, Panch Mahabhut, the five element, and three dosha. So are you understanding this linked? Till now, any confusion, any question?
एक जस्ट
Okay.
एक क्यूरियोसिटी आई है मुझे, एक थोड़ा जस्ट इससे रिलेटेड तो नहीं है। आजकल जो लोग मंगल में जाने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो इसीलिए कि वहां पे कोई तम गुण नहीं है।
हो सकता है का आजकल लोग पृथ्वी पे रहने की बजाय बाहर जाने की सोचते हैं ना. They are not taking the earth very well, and they're looking for the dead planet. They're looking for the life on the dead planet, so they can find out how they become dead, right? They are not correcting their action right now. तमोगुण यहाँ पे भी है, वहां पे भी है, right? Also understand tamogun is also means stupidity. So people who are very stupid, is because of tamogun. I'll give you the one example of, so you can understand the quality of the tamogun. The tamogun, though very lazy and lethargic, but those people also get angry also. And the many people who are getting into the anger zone, losing the temperament, and then they're committing the same mistakes. Tamogun. For example, a diabetic patient, he knows that by having the sugar sweet, is sugar gonna high? He knows everything. Doctor have shown the report. Everybody saying it. You shouldn't be taking the sweets. You have to restrict your diet. But see the stupidity. See the stupidity. He wants to die by having the rasagulla. How they are dying? Just by having the rasagulla. People are dying by having the sweet. People are killing themselves to just not controlling their diet. कितना बुरा लगे ना, रसगुल्ला खा रहा था और मर गया. How sad it is. You have this great life. You can do so many things, but people are just very, stupid, that doing the stupidity, they are just committing the same mistake in their life. They know everything. The smoking, their lungs are collapsing. Even I seen in COVID situation, one of example at in my family, my far away cousin brother, he got the COVID, and he's having the smoking habit. So even in the COVID, he got the infection, and the COVID virus infected the lungs, and the smoking gonna infected your lungs more. It's gonna weaken your lungs. These things. They are very intelligent, civilized people who are watching the television, affected by the media, very intelligent person, very well educated, and they are smoking. So what do you call them? What do you call them, these kind of people? Stupid. Even I requested them that don't do these things. It might gonna kill you. You're gonna, it gonna affect your body, and maybe it gonna increase the inflammation of the lungs. But they are not listening. So these are the people who are stupid. These are the people who are stupid. Tamogun, because of the tamogun, they are doing the same thing repeatedly. They don't want to listen. Even God will come and guide them. No, you cannot help them. These people have to, what burden on the family, burden on everywhere. We cannot help them, dear. We cannot help them. That's why I'm saying, do not waste your energy also. You have to give the advice, okay? Give to the right person who can take it. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your, uh, your advice to those people who doesn't want to listen you. If they require your help, they will come to you and they will ask. Then you have to help everybody. You have to open up. But yes, Tamogun is here also, Tamogun on Mars also, Tamogun on Moon also. Where human being gonna go? They are full of the stupidity. They don't understand that what kind of beautiful planet they will get. Even by sitting here, you can do all the research, just going inside. Our Asian yogi, they never went to the moon. They never went to the Mars. They never invested these kind of materialistic investment, these kind of much money into the technology. But see, our Asian technology is far better than the modern technology. The simplest example of the fan, the Asian time when the homes, how they're making the home, how they're making the street and everything. You can go through and do the research over. Their technology is very better than the today technology, is which connected with the nature. Now the modern technology is completely disconnected and hurting you and hurting all the mother nature surrounding. So this is the stupidity of human being. And even scientists are also affected by the tamogun. They invented so many things, but without thinking about it, that how it gonna affect the planet. So again, the tamogun. Okay, now it's clear, Jagriti.
Yes, very much.
So now next topic is elemental composition of the human body. Elemental composition of the human body. Elemental composition of human body. So elements here means Panch Mahabhut. You can write it down also. I'll write for you. So Panch Mahabhut, the five. So Panch Mahabhut, five gross element. The whole world is made of it. So the composition of it, percentage. This is a very good video, the lecture given by the Sadhguruji, which is available on the YouTube also.
Voice is not clear, ma'am.
Panch Mahabhut, otherwise. Everybody having the same issue? You cannot hear me properly?
Your voice was just lost for some time. Now it's coming back.
Now
Again,
it's better, right?
yeah, now it's better.
Okay, Jagriti, now you can hear me?
Yeah, now it's clear.
Okay. So should I pause my video so you can hear me better? Now The sound is clear, more clear?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So 5 elements of the body. Apa, again APA, Apa, 72%. The 72% in the human body and the outside environment, 72%. Apa, water. Then Agni, 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 the fire, which is 4%. Then Akash, AKASHA, Akash, the space, the ether element, 6%. Then Vayu, Vayu, the air element, 6%. Then Prithvi, PRITHAVI, Prithvi, that is earth, 12%. So your body is made of this Panch Mahabhut, and the composition, the matter, like how much there is a water, how much there is a Agni, how much there is Akash, how much there is, the Vayu and the Prithvi. So
How do we differentiate Akash and Vayu? Like the space we are terming as Akash, and if there is the air, then we are terming as the Vayu.
I'll come to that. Don't worry, I'll explain you. What is Akash? I'll explain you. Just wait little while. Huh? Okay. So Upper, the 72% is the water. Your body 72% is made of, and that you get from the by drinking the water, right? Prithvi element you get from the food, right? Prithvi element, how it's connected with the food, like all the food is grown on the earth, right? The mother nature will give you the food, all the food, either you are animal eater or you are pure vegetarian, all the food is coming from the nature and from the prithvi. So prithvi element is coming from the nature, that is the food element. Through the food you gonna control the prithvi element. Then Agni is basically your thoughts and your in your stomach also. That Agni we are also talking about assimilation, the food, these things happening because of the fire. We talked about there is 13 types of the Agni. Then one of the Jathar Agni, we talked about it in detail, we discussed about it. But Agni in thoughts also, what kind of thoughts you are having it, that is all because of the fire element. Okay, because of the fire.
Even
Then what?
even anger
Yeah, anger.
is a form of Agni.
Look, yeah, exactly. The form of the Agni. So why you basically the inhalation and exhalation which you are doing it, that is a 6%. Outside only 1%, and 5% you are having the prana vayu inside your body. So when yogi, go for the jala samadhi or sthal samadhi, like go under the water or go under the earth. There's a many yogi who go under the water and go under the earth to do the practice of the samadhi, to practice the sadhana, meditation. So in that time, they are not depending on inhalation and exhalation, 1%. They're depending on the inside prana vayu, which keep on moving, right? They hold the energy inside and they are living on the prana vayu. So only 1% is coming from the outside, but rest of the vayu is inside. The 5%, only 1%, 1 point something percent is you are taking from the outside. Now, Akash, the Akash is what? Emptiness. It's not only the emptiness, but understand this is the most important element. Whatever you see around you, there's nothing but the Akash. Okay, whatever you see around you, the expansion, this whole world is expanding, right? What is that? Akash. Each and every molecules are attached together and there's a huge space between it. That is what? Akash. When two molecules join together, for example, water molecules or the Agni molecules or any matter is joined together or any atoms joined together, there's a huge space between it that called Akash. In your body, each and every cells in between, your cells are made of the atom. In between, there's Akash. Are you getting it? Your body is made of the Akash. Everywhere there's Akash. The house which you are seeing it is made like every brick. The atom of the brick also there's Akash. The space in between, the emptiness between. And because of the emptiness, you can place something in it, right? How are you going to fit the air into it? Air required the emptiness to move, isn't it? How are you going to move the air? For movement of the air, the vayu, you require the space. For movement, how are you going to live in your house? You require space for you, right? For example, at your home, there's 100 people are living in the small room. Where are you going to fit? There's no space for movement. Can you mobilize right now? When room is empty, you can mobilize, right? You can throw your hands here and there, right? You can move hand like this, up and down, crosswise. But for example, everybody is standing very closer. Can you move your hands, your leg? Can you walk? No. You require space. You require emptiness. You require this element. Is a huge element. Even movement of the air, you require Akash. How air gonna move? You require Akash. So to even small thing to the bigger level, you required Akash. This whole cosmos is even there's a one article, I forget the name of that article, the research about the Akash element, and it said that this whole universe is not, if you take it out, all the space between the atoms, right? All the space between the atoms, the whole cosmos would be can fit into your fist. The expansion, the whatever expansion you are seeing is because of Akash. They're expanding. There's a huge space coming between the planet, huge space coming between the atom, huge space coming between the cell, and now you're expanding. Now this whole universe is expanding. The growth is what? Expansion. Expansion is going on. That is because of Akash. So Akash required to bind the rest of the element. You cannot do anything about the Akash. There's not much thing you can do about it. If you correct the two elements, we're gonna focus on the Apa and the Prithvi element most. Rest of the things automatically come under your control. We're gonna talk about it in detail. But right now, understand this Akash, this space, this emptiness, this ether, this dimension. This is the dimension where whole cosmos is located. Or maybe there is a parallel world, or there is a 10 types of the Brahman, which are Asian philosophy, also Indian philosophy. One of the philosophy also believe there's uh, a more than the one universe, right? More than the one universe. We have this philosophy also, but now the modern scientists have started talking about and debate is going on. So whole this Brahman, this whole cosmos, this whole universe is having the Akash, this another level of the dimension which you can see, which you can feel it, which you can look around it, which you can move around it, is happening because of the Akash. Onkar, now you understand what is Akash?
Yeah, so like we also term like Shiva we call as emptiness, right? So we can also relate in these terms, right?
Yeah, of course.
That, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I still have to get complete logic of this because I have read about this previously also, but I'm not
Mhm.
coming in completely terms with this. So maybe I need some research on this. Actually,
Mhm.
I'll do it.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Always do your research.
डॉक्टर दीपक चोपड़ा ना, all these things, the atom and all metaphysics, बहुत अच्छा उन्होंने explain किया है.
Yeah, this is a part of the
Even
metaphysics.
hollowness and emptiness के, yeah,
Yes, exactly.
बहुत अच्छे से explain किया है. I think one of the best.
So Ankar, you can go,
Yeah,
read the article about the Deepak Mehta
Deepak
ji.
Chopra.
Yeah,
नहीं,
Deepak Mehta ji.
Chopra.
डॉक्टर दीपक चोपड़ा, चोपड़ा.
Chopra.
Okay,
Yeah.
Deepak Chopra. Yes. So, whatever my understanding is all about on this concept is, which I just discussed about it. Akash is even my guru, S.N. Goenka ji, he beautifully explained that each and every atom, the made of the Panch Mahabhut, and every element is, there's a four element, like there's Agni, there's a water, there's a then there's a Prithvi, then there's a Vayu, and in between there's Akash. Because all two things are joined together. When, for example, it's more like when you join Agni element with the water element, there is a huge space, that is Akash, right? When
So,
water element gonna join with it, there's a huge space, that is Akash. He explained like that. And so he explained that how the atom is made of this Panch Mahabhut. So that you can, little bit get your own understanding also and do the research over that if you don't, if I'm unable to clarify certain things. But this is the whole, metaphysics research even going on about the Akash, the emptiness, the hollowness, which is a major part of this whole cosmos. Without Akash, you cannot see this expansion. Expansion is not possible. These molecules would not be possible. The joining would not be possible. Yes, Anka.
yeah, so regarding this point also, so I was actually reading about how someone like earlier I was reading about how science can reach to if they can reach to consciousness. Okay, so the research till the research that they have come like till the point they have come like first they were thinking it's molecules and they come to atoms, then subatomic particles. If we can come in terms with this, then the maximum they can reach is Akash. After that, they can't go beyond till consciousness because consciousness is beyond our senses. So,
Yeah.
like, so we can say that they can because till now they also not knowing about emptiness, right? They are till subatomic particles only, right? So if they go beyond, then maximum, can they prove something about emptiness? Like, what do you think actually? Science, anything of science.
Uh, okay. The yogi basically, when we talked about it, there's no thoughts. Oh, there's a nirvud avastha, like nivichar avastha. Nivichar is there's not a single thoughts in the mind of the yogi when you go into the samadhi and go for the meditation. It was many believe of the Hatha yogis and Ashtanga yogis also. They believe that by practicing certain technique and by practicing certain meditation, you reach to the emptiness where there is nothing. Now, how you gonna prove the nothingness?
No,
Nothing is nothing.
no, I'm saying
Emptiness is
not about
emptiness.
nothingness. I'm saying the
Ha,
empty, this
ha,
empty space between the two molecules, right? So can they
yeah.
come to, in terms with that? Because you can't prove consciousness of Brahman because it's beyond your senses. But at least they can go to subtle level of the subatomic particles,
Ha,
where they can see the space or something like that. I'm not sure how they can do that. I was just
hmm.
thinking about that, so I just put it because you put the point of the atoms and molecules, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ankar, one thing, these things is basically we cannot put into the words. Certain things we have to experience it.
Mm,
For proof, if you're looking for the proof, how we gonna, get that experience, we have to go through the whole, procedure to get what is emptiness, how I gonna observe the emptiness, how I gonna see this level, this stage that beyond the emptiness there is a consciousness or not, or maybe there is no consciousness. Or some
mm,
people like Maharishi Patanjali said there's a Ishvara, you will get the Ishvara. After reaching to the Akasha Tattva, you will get the Ishvara. You merge yourself Brahma. Maybe there is no Brahma. Okay,
mm,
but who gonna prove these things? Because it is
yeah.
their experience, right? It is not my
Mm,
experience. It is not your experience. It's very difficult to share your experience. You cannot share your own experience, which is very personal. That is a very personal experience. Like if I believe in Ishwar, if I strictly believe in Ishwar and I get the image of certain kind of image of the Ishwar, so maybe after Akash Tattva, I gonna merge with my Ishwar. But maybe I don't have Ishwar. I don't believe in Ishwar. So maybe there is no Ishwar for me. So this is the very debatable. Either you, even you cannot accept it, you cannot deny it completely, and modern science cannot prove it. But yes, there's a many yogi, there's a many scientist, ancient scientist, Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha, if you go through the Tripitak Vani, his Vani, his own Vani, Tripitak Vani, so he claimed it that Akash Tattva is, after this is the emptiness, this hollowness, there is a space between these molecules. And he said these things about it. So we have to believe it because I never experienced, I never see. मैं अभी उस level तक पहुंची नहीं हूँ. I never reached to that level. So what
mm,
we do, we follow the previous, previous research, because we are on the science of energy science we are talking about. So the people who did the research, we have to believe it because we didn't reach it. अभी तो हम पहुंचे ही नहीं ना, हम
mm,
तो पहुंचे ही नहीं. अब हम उनको डिनाई नहीं कर सकते. क्यों? Because we are not in that stage, so we can deny them that whatever they are saying wrong. Because first we have to reach it, see it by self, and then we can come up with our notion, our experience, and said, oh, Maharishi Patanjali said something wrong. Oh, Lord Buddha is not telling right thing. There is no Ishvara, there is no emptiness, there is no Akash, there is nothing like that. But first we have to reach that, and then we can claim it that whatever they are saying, maybe it's not right, maybe it is their own experience, but I haven't experienced those things. But till now we cannot, claim it that they are saying wrong, because we are nowhere right now. We are on the very basic step, so we
mm,
cannot, cross examine their whatever they are saying it. Because till now the first step, when they talked about, okay, practicing the meditation, your mind is under control. And I experience, this is my personal experience. SN Goenka ji, that is, he's my guru. When he said about this is the first stage, when you are doing the practice of Anapan and Vipassana, you get these kind of experience. I believed it. And I experienced it. Oh, I'll get that experience. So second stage, when I reached, he again talked about these kind of experience you will feel. And I reached to that stage and I feel it. Okay, now my guru is saying good. He's saying right things about it. But there's a final stage when he was talking about it. I never reached it. But because of I experienced first level, second level, and third level. So it is my assumption, because I started having the faith in my guru. I started having the faith in this technique of the meditation, that maybe there is a final goal would be like that. The final aim would be look like that. This is, and I started believing. I completely believe whatever my guru is saying, because I experienced first, second, third, fourth stage. So that's the human mind work. Right now I cannot say you that I experience it, no. But yes, whatever my guru talked about it, and Lord Buddha said about it, or Maharishi Patanjali said about it, and they reach to that goal and they pointed out, they are showing the path. Once we reach, we can deny it, but till now we cannot deny it. Understanding, Omkar?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know this is a little bit, sometimes it's very illogical, some things going on, but I don't know. I think for clarification on car, I really want you go for Vipassana, because this yoga is more about the experience. More you're practicing, more you're getting the experience, and more you come up with your answer. I used to be, keep asking so many questions. I have these things, but believe me, when I get into the practice and I started practicing on myself, the answer is within me. I get my own answer. All the answer is through my experience I'm getting, and I'm getting by myself. I don't require the guru even. And in Vipassana, you don't allow to ask any question there.
Hmm.
They just keep telling you, okay, do the practice, just go for do your practice meditation. That's it. And that time my mind is full of the question, and my question is killing me. But I'm not able to speak and not allowed to ask the question. But
Hmm.
when I keep practicing the meditation, automatically, I don't know, all the question is answered. All the
Yeah.
question is answered. Nobody is telling me, but it's all the thing is very much clear about it, and I get the deeper understanding of the yoga,
Hmm.
very deeper understanding of the yoga, because I have experienced it, not full. I'm on the way, very far away. I just experienced few things, and because of that, my concept is very much clear now. And now I'm also learning day by day. But yes, if you are looking for these things, you have to practice more. It's not written in the books, because your mind would not be agree on that.
Hmm.
You have to experience it.
Hmm.
That is their experience, no?
I
That is a
understand the intellect power limited.
cannot.
So yeah,
Yeah,
we need to
exactly.
find beyond some.
Exactly.
Just
You
that
have.
getting some things clear on intellectual level, side by side. Yeah, I also agree that we need to do more on practice level. That is the way out.
Of
I
course,
just
of
say,
course. Keep asking the question and keep looking for the answer also, and keep practicing these
Mhm.
things. Understand, I want to add before leaving the session. Time is up already. There is only one key: more you practice, more you get answer, more you get the clear answer. Because whatever I'm telling you, you cannot understand. Whatever Maharishi Patanjali is telling you, what is Lord Buddha is telling you, you cannot understand until unless you are not practicing, until unless you're not clearing the first stage, second stage, third stage. Because they are talking about the very level of the stages, right? You
Mhm.
cannot understand. Yeah. So for practicing is the key for answer of the all the question. More you practice, more you are able to understand step by step. You're gonna understand what the our Asian yogis is telling you what I'm telling you. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna end our session here. Om Shanti, Mangal Ho. Meet you at pranayam class 3 o'clock. Bye bye. Take care. Bless you guys.
Thank you.
Mangal Ho.
Thank you.
Shanti.
I love you.
Bye bye.